Chapter 95. Of course. Just speak your mind, Tony chuckled. I would also like to see how you con artists lie to others. Alex shrugged. I didn't want to expose you guys, but if you insist, it would be rude for me to ignore you. Expose? So you're saying that we have overlooked something? The calm and collected Tim David laughed. Alex took a glance at him and laughed. He is the most idiotic one out of all of you. Do you have a death wish, you brat? Tim was infuriated. The jade is real, don't get me wrong, Alex then added, but it's not some bloody jade from the Zhou dynasty, nor was it blessed by a powerful monk. This is just a high-quality nephrite, but it is worth around 60,000 maximum. Bullshit. Can't you see that the jade is red in color? Tony scowled. Alex continued as if he had never been interrupted. The red color of the jade is due to it being corrupted by potassium permanganate minerals. Did you really think that it was doused in the blood of some powerful monk? What about the warm aura that it just radiated? Tim asked, his eyebrows furrowed tightly. Alex shook his head. This little thing doesn't have any power of that sort. One merely has to saturate the jade in a solution made from the Mangloin gallic weed for half a year for it to possess such an effect. Plus, it's not that it radiates a warm aura, it's just a hallucination caused by the drug. It's fairly easy to get rid of it. You just need to burn the jade. You brat! How dare you speak such foul lies? The man slammed his hand on the table and stood up. Chris's expression darkened as he glared at the fat man. Then, why don't we test it out? The fat man began sweating bullets. What do you mean test it out? This brat is obviously lying. Why are all of you buying into his crap? Matthew tapped his finger impatiently. If it still radiates a warm aura after burning, I'll buy it from you immediately. However, if the effect wears off, you know what's coming for you. Although us Lane are facing certain problems right now, we will never let anybody walk all over us. Faria nodded in agreement. If what Mr. Anderson says is false, carrying out the test won't be much of a problem. After all, jades are inflammable. However, if it turns out that he was right, you would owe us an explanation. The fat man was now panicking, cold sweat running down his chubby forehead. All three of these families were not people he should ever piss off. He had only agreed to set this up because Tony would be there to convince Faria. That way, they could split the money from this scam. However, he hadn't expected Alex Anderson to expose this setup. In actual fact, Alex had absolutely no clue on how to appraise jades. However, being able to spot the problem in this piece of jade was all because of the... He didn't understand why, but the answer just came to his mind naturally when he saw this piece of jade. It would seem that appraisal was one of the abilities listed in the apocalyptic book. Noticing that the fat man had not said a word, Alex smirked. Well? Are you guilty? Why aren't you defending yourself? The fat man's face was pale, but he refused to speak up about carrying out the flame test.